good. All right, y'all. So today we talking about small accounts, not live accounts, but small accounts. Right now, first trade we opened up the week with is sell on gold. We caught this entry right here. My bad. I don't know what's going on. Why my vocals is messed up right now. But we caught the sell on gold right here. Um, this was our entry. I do believe gold is going to have a big dump this week. I believe gold is going to go all the way down to 39.06. We're currently in right now at around 40.38. So we're up around 600 pips right now. Going to keep moving it down. First TP is right here, just a small TP. Before the market opens, I'm pretty sure they're going to come and swipe this low. So seeing that, looking at the system, looking at the software, made some updates over the few months, simplified it a lot more. That's our goal is to keep simplifying and simplifying and simplifying and making sure that it's just boom. You look at it, you see exactly what's going on. You ever know how to take the trade, what trade to place, where to target, um, how to leverage and everything. So let me kind of explain what's going on right now. So right here you can see these red dots that show us that we just had a break of structure to the downside. So that lets us know the structure was just broken to the downside. So that's one reason that told me that this was a great setup to take the sale. So we just had fresh break of structure to the downside. Then the next thing you're going to pay attention to are these zones back here. We have this green zone and this red zone. It just lets us know who's carrying the weight right now. So on the dashboard, as you can see, the sellers right now, the sellers have control. So this is the positive. This is what I want to see. I want to see the sellers have control. I want to see prices in the red zone. I definitely want to see it breaking structure to the downside. So market opens up in 3 minutes, and I like what I'm seeing so far. So far so good. Let me close that. So far so good right here. So this is definitely what I'm looking for. I'm looking for these three things every time. Now in the background, as you can see, these levels here. So these are my buy and my sell zones. So I do understand I am approaching that buy zone from last week. So I'm gonna need price value to push. Like I'm needed to push real strong down here through these levels, break back through the sales. I mean this buy zone, and then ultimately break out the bottom of this buy zone. Now once I get the break at the bottom of this buy zone, I know that from there I'll be able to get the continuation down to here. All right. So these levels are like magnets, and using the system, it just gives me the perfect entries and exit points. So, like I said, we caught the break of structure here. As soon as we seen that break, we hopped into our trade here, stop above that break of structure area, and the candle is right there. And now we're just targeting these lows. So I want to see all these lows get knocked out this week, and I'm just following the structure and following the trend. So the easiest way to flip small accounts and to be successful and stay on the right side of the market is to take trades that follow the trend. Now, what a lot of traders do is a lot of traders hop on the charts and they want to go against the trend instead of taking a trade that matches the trend. So when I come on, I look at my system, I look and see is the market bullish or bearish. Right now, 72% bearish. A lot of momentum, hold to sell. Everything A plus down. So as you can see, this whole dashboard is lit up red. And it's telling me at the bottom the sellers have control, pushing it down. So I am definitely standing on the sell right now on gold. I told my community, I told my Instagram that gold is going to be a sell. So definitely look out for the sell. So that's what we're doing. We're looking out for the sell. We're in the sell, and we're going to keep selling it until price hit the levels that we want to see. So first thing I want to see is price break this structure point right here. And then once price breaks this structure point right here, that's all she wrote, right? So I'm just waiting to see how it goes. Right now, I'm just sitting back. I'm in my play. Um, I'm chilling, and I'm just waiting up to hit my levels now. Now today, on the daily side, price did like a little push up in the beginning, but I knew from that push up we are gonna have a hard slam down. So like I said, I want to see price just keep testing these lows. Now, when I hop on the chart, the first thing I do is a top down analysis. So on my top down, I start on the weekly. This is what ultimately made me want to take this trade. On the weekly, I can see we just broke structure to the low side here, and then we tried to go above once, twice, couldn't get up there twice, gave us a doji. That's a great sign of a consolidation reversal. But I know this is a signal that is to manipulate traders and get them out of the market. So I'm looking for that extreme hard push down from here, right? Continue down, come and take out this low down here. Ultimately, this is the real low I want to see it take out right here at 38.83. I want to see it get down there, and I'm pretty sure this week, this month, this will be the move. So 4 hours bearish, little divergence going on. So I'm sticking to my 15-minute time frame. Now the 15-minute time frame is the time frame that I'm watching for this trade. Let me put that back. Let me lock that. This is the time frame I'm watching for this trade. So I will continue to hold until I reach my levels and reach my goals. Now, one thing I will tell you that most traders do whenever they get into these positions, I got to check another trade real fast. What they do when they get in these positions is they fail to hold the trade. They fail to hold the trade that is the winning trade, right? So what most people would do is they see this trade, they get into their trade, they see profit, they see $50 in profit, and then they end up exiting their trade, right? But when you do that, what you don't realize is let me say it again. Most traders, what they do is they see a little bit of profit, and when they get that little bit of profit, what they do is they exit their trade too early. Now, when you do that, typically what happens is you don't make as much as you should when the market is just flowing, right? You don't allow the market to flow, you're not going to get the profit that you want. So you got to let your winners run longer than your losers. And what most traders do is they do the opposite. Most traders let the losers run longer than the winners. They see $50, they close. They see negative $400, they hold. And you don't want to do that. Now, the reason is you don't have to have a winning percentage in trading to become profitable. That is a lie that was told, right? You have to have better risk to reward. Now, if you are to lose $100, but you make $300 on every winning trade, you only have to be right 4 times out of 10 to be a profitable trader. Now, that's what most people don't understand. So if I was to show you this here, let's go back to these last couple of trades here, right? Say that I were looking for sales only in this area, right? Just looking at the system, we're gonna just go through these trades right here, right? If I was looking for a sale here, I would sell it here. That would be a good trade. All right, whatever my risk to reward is, 1 and 3, whatever. I close, I make my profit. Now, if I get into the same trade over here and it goes against me, I will close because this is buys and I'm only looking for sales, right? So this would be the entry here that I'm referring to. So if I had a sell and trade here and I had a stop loss right here, right? If I had a sell and trade here and I had a stop loss right here, I would need this to go to 30. Say if I was going for 300, I would need this to go to 30, and I would need this to be no more than 100, right? Which would be 10. So on this position here, you would lose this trade. That's your $100 loss. All right, that's trade number 1. Now trade number 2, you come back here. You have the same setup, 100 there, 300 there. You would now lose. I mean, you now wouldn't lose your 100 here, but you would make your 300 on your second entry, right? So now you're actually plus 200 out of these 2 trades here, right? So that's what you're looking to do. Now, if you come over here again, boom, my next entry would have been there if I'm only looking for sales right there. Trade number 2, I hit, don't lose. Now I'm positive 500, right? Now I'm looking for another opportunity somewhere in this area. There's nothing here. My next one would be right there. Based off the system, that would be the entry. I would get stopped out there. You would lose 100, but you would not. You would lose your 100, so you would be down 2 and 2 on your position. So you'll be 50% on your trades. The next trade will be right here. Boom, you would lose this trade as well. Now you're down 3 trades. So now you're 3 to 2 but you're still profitable. So I mean, you're 2 and 3, but you're still profitable. 2 winners, 3 losers, but you're still profitable, right? And now I will do my last position here, me using the system. And now, as you can tell, I'll be going to go 3 for 3 on my trades if I took this entry here that I missed, right? So that shows you that just having a actual system and then having a true risk to reward and the true setup whenever you take your trades is the way that you actually stay and become profitable. It's not about taking every last trade. It's not about having the best winning percentage. So like winning percentages are for arguments. Being profitable is for traders. That's the part that you got to understand. That is how you're going to be a successful trader. So whenever you hop on these charts, you got to remember, stop worrying about having the best percentage and then worry about actually having successful trades. At this point right here would have been my third trade, and as you could see, it would have hit profit, right? So if I'm risking $100 to make 300 every time I take these positions, just through this whole little route right here, I was 3 for 3, right? So I made 3 trades out of 6 trades, and I lost 3 trades. So out of the 6 trades, I really won 2 trades, right? Because I lost three. I mean, I won 3 trades because I lost three, right? So I would have lost 300, but I would have made 600. So I would have been 300 in profit. But that's how you become profitable. All right. So you got to make sure that that's what y'all doing. I would have been 600 profitable, my bad. But that's how you make sure that y'all stay on the right side of the market. Y'all make sure that y'all stay in profit and y'all make sure that y'all make the money. All right. So now our current position is here. So we're already in. It's already making a move. Originally, the TP was right here in this area at this low, which was at 40, right? So we got in at 39. Target was 40. So we're up, right? But now what you don't want to do as a new trader in the market, what you don't want to do is you don't want to see this trade and be like, all right, I'm up. I've been up for 15, 30 minutes, and then I get out of my position, right? No, you want to let this actually develop. So using the system, what I realize is I can hold my winners as long as I want to hold them until my trend breaks. Once my trend break, then I can cut my trade. I have a reason to exit. I don't want to just exit because I want to exit. I want to exit because I have a reason to exit. So in this area over here, I have no reason to exit. If I was taking a sale here and I feel like that was the reason to exit and I didn't want to risk my 100, then cool, I could exit there and then re-enter right here, right? But as of right now, I don't have any reason to get out of my gold trade. So what I'll do is I'll continue to hold it until it gives me a reason to get out, right? You can't put yourself in a position where you like, oh man, you got to close your trade and take your profits. Now, some people will ask, well, why don't I go break even? I do go break even, right? I will go break even eventually, but I don't go break even yet. I don't go break even until um, my trade give me structure below my entry, right? So once I see a setup like this where we have a buying candle and a selling candle, one buying, one selling, and once I see that, then I'll put my entry right here. I'll put my structure point right here, and I'll put break even, right? But as of right now, I don't have to do anything. I can just continue to hold this trade and keep following this trend that is currently on and just keep swinging it down to the downside. So that's what I'm looking for. This is the play I'm looking for. This is the motion I'm looking for. I'm just looking for price to continue just dumping and dumping and dumping, right? So that's what we're waiting on. And this is how you're gonna like build your trades, build your momentum, and like catch your major swings. So, like I said, I want to see price get down here. I wanted to close around 39.94, at least get down to that area, and then just keep going from there. But you just do this every time. Every time you have on a chart, you want to wait. You want to find structure. You want price to show you the trend, and then you want to take that trade that's following the trend, and then you want to just keep doing that over and over and over and over and over and over and over, right? So once I see some structure built right here in this area, then I have two options. I could one build on my position by adding a second entry, or I can two, like I said, bring my stop to break even. That can happen, or I can just keep swinging. So those are the only options right now. Now, as a new trader, somebody that don't want to hold super long trades, don't know how to sit in the market, don't have the discipline, I would definitely tell you to trade the 15-minute time frame, because people ask all the time, well, what time frame should I trade? I would tell you trade a 15-minute, because it's not too long and you don't get bored with just like staring at this one candle, not confirming or printing or anything like that. So it allows you time to like actually see something happening on the charts, see your trade developing, and see things changing, because psychologically it just messes with people. All right. Now, what I want to see is on my 4 hour, I have 19 minutes. I want it to close lower than this structure point here. And if we don't close lower than the structure point on this 4 hour, the next 4 hours definitely has to close below this level, right? So I like to follow my higher time frame structure so that I can figure out where to take my trades and like know where to swing them to. Now, ultimately, I'm going to use these levels, obviously, but as it's trending, right, I don't want to stop the trend. I don't want to try to guess where the trend stop. I don't want to try to do any guessing like that. I want to make sure I'm taking the trade and I'm just swinging it to wherever it goes, right? So I'll be swinging this from where I currently am to the next levels. So now these dots here, these represent certified structure points, right? So we have a clear structure point there that has been validated for the sale to continue. So now we're definitely going to break this one. Once we break this one, my next structure point will be here, and then here, picking the lower ones as we go down. And then I can just keep going back further and further and further and picking different structure points, right? But the one, like I said, I want to see us break this week is this one here, right? I want to see us get down there and break that based off of the information that I have going on up here, right? And then last but not least, that I want to see is I want to see my trend line here. I want to see it go back red. This goes back red. I know I'm green to just keep holding this, and then I'll just keep holding this position here. But right now on the 15 is telling me I'm solid, but I just want to keep just waiting on um, the trade to play out. So that's the way we go. So right here, as you can tell, we have a swipe of liquidity, hard rejection. I mean, that's expected because that was the liquidity right there. So I'm not surprised that they did this pullback. Now I just want the 4 hour to close and in my favor, and then we'll keep swinging. But I can't like say it enough. Like you have to make sure that y'all swinging y'all winning trades longer than y'all swinging y'all losing trades. That is where most new traders mess up at. Most new traders, they swing they losers longer than their winners. Like they just constantly do that. I don't know for whatever reason. I mean, that's what they like to do, but they like to get into a trade, see a little bit of profit. Like right here, they close their trade, then they don't get back in, and then they just take that. But then the next trade they take, it goes against them. And right here, they would be on this sell. They'll enter a sell somewhere over here, see it cross back into the buy zone, and they would just hold all this time as it goes negative, 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 just hoping that it goes back. And instead of just cutting the trade right here, what you should do, right? So for instance, if I was selling over here, say I sold at this structure break right here, I could have sold at this structure break and been targeting any low way down there, right? And then once this happened, let me zoom in. Once this happened right here on this candle, that should have been the profit, and then you should have been out of the trade there, right? Now, if I'm going to cut a short winner, it's going to look like that. That's how my short winners would be cut. Because now I have a reason to get out of my trade. If I'm trading my 15-minute, it's all about whatever time frame you're trading. So like right now I'm trading the 15 minutes, so I don't care about no other time frame, only what's going on this 15-minute. So now this is my trade. Great, that's a perfect exit. And then I don't want to get back in until this moment here if I'm only looking for sales. So if I'm looking for sales, I'm only looking to get back in right there, and then I'm targeting whatever I'm targeting, and then once again, right here, where this happens, where we cross back above right there, that will be a $40 loss. I would just get out right there, lose the $40, call it a day, right? Because that would have been 40 I lost out of this 100 that I won. So you basically have 60 off of these two trades here, right? Because if it's going the opposite direction, I don't want it, right? Now, it's a couple other things that I do to filter out my trades, but that's typically what goes on. So, like if I get this entry here, um, here, and it's right after this, we may take that one. Just to be honest, being consistent, I would take this trade here. This will also be uh, a minor loss right there. That would be the close right there. So that would have been a minor loss for another 40. But that's what I would do. But it's all about just staying consistent and taking the same trade over and over and over and over and over. Right. As long as you got a system and you got a method, it's easier for you to become profitable. But if you don't have a system, you don't have a method, you don't have any rules, then I can guarantee you you're not going to be a profitable trader. You're not going to have any success in the market, and you're just going to keep continuing to struggle. And that's what most new traders' problem is. Like they don't have a system that they follow. So when you don't have a system that you follow, you basically just come on here and you freestyle every time that you jump on a chart. Like I don't get on here and freestyle. I get on here and follow the same chain of command, right? I need a few things to happen. All right, if I miss my entry back up here, what I need to do is I need to see a break of structure. So I have a break of structure there. That's why I took the entry here and now hold. Now, now that I'm in my trade and I'm holding, I got a couple of things that I have to look out for. One, I don't want to see the trend change, right? So this line right here, my guider line, it can't turn green. If it turned green, I got to exit this position. Buyers are coming into the market. Two, this right here can't tell me buyers are coming to the market. I have to get out. Three, I can't cross this middle line, this little gray line right here in the middle. I can't cross that if I'm selling. If I'm selling and I see that happen, I have to get out. Why? Because I can get out and just get back in once we cross back down. If I'm looking for, like I said, sales or buy, just depending on what I'm looking for. And then last but not least, it can't actually physically close above my guider line, right? If it closed above my guider line like this here, I would personally get out. I will end my trend and get out, depending on how far the move is, and then however I do my other checks, right? Because once I start trending and my trade just gets like deeper in the profit, what I'll do is I'll come back to the 4 hour um, to be my main indicator to let me know, all right, on the 4 hour, is we still trending or are we not, right? If not, take it. If we are, then I change. It just depends, right? So that's always subject to change. But I'm typically just catching these swings right here, right? Every week you're gonna have a bunch of swings. Like it's regardless of whatever you're trading, you're gonna have a bunch of swings. Say if you're buying this week, guess what? You're gonna look for all these buy entries, right? So let me show you. Zoom in a little bit right here. So if I'm buying on this week, I want to take these buy entries. Buy entries here, risk $100, whatever to make 300. I can tell that one green. Not taking that one. This is the entry here. I could exit here, or I could exit here. This is two different loss, right? So you get a win there. Um, and you take your next exit, your next entry here. Then you get your swing. It's all determined based on like if you have a system, right? This right here will be a loss. This right here will be green, right? So if I go through, let me just pick a random week from back here, and I'm gonna start on a Monday and just show you basically what I'm explaining, right? Let's find a Monday, Wednesday. All right, bet. So I can already tell this is a selling week. So this was a selling week. We're not touching any of these. How do I know if it's selling week or not? First, let me start right there. I start on my daily, right? Well, I can't because I forgot I just went back super far. But typically, I do my top down analysis to formulate my bias so I can figure out what trades I'm taking that week. So let me just come back current real fast, show you the process. All right. So right here on the weekly, as I said, on a weekly, I can see we confirmed broke structure right here. That's what these red dots are. Told me we broke structure. We had two rejections. That tells me that I'm only looking for sales this week. Regardless of what happens, I'm only looking for sales, right? Now, normally I will put a line here, take this line, turn this line red, and then make it an actual line, and then not dot it. Well, I can't see my dot thing. That's right there. All right, there we go. All right. I know that's my weekly resistance area, right? Then same thing, drop down to another time frame. Now this is my daily. All right, now that I'm on the daily, I want to plug in the same information. So daily, same structures right here. As I can tell, I got a structure point right here. I like to make this one a little smaller so I know which level it's at. So my weekly level is here, my daily level is here. Then I just, like I said, keep moving down the time frame, come down to my 4 hour. My 4 hour and my daily is sharing the same exact level, so that's fine. I don't have to change that. Now, if I'm mapping out my trade, I'm just right here on the 15 minute. All right. So now the 15 minute, I got my two structure points that I need for the week locked in. And now I'm just trading the chart. All right. So now I'm looking at it like this. Okay, I see this. This is where I have major resistance. This is my current resistance, and I need price to break under this area, right? I want to see candles close below this area, and then once I get candle closure below here, I just know it's just a continuation down. Now, when I target my levels, I use this right here, which is called the action zones. So if I take those, put them at 50 so I can just see them right here. Basically, we'll just be targeting these levels here, these zones, target point 1, target point 2, like that. So these will be my targets this week. So I'm already knowing that I'm targeting this and I'm targeting this, right? So those are the places that I'm looking for right now. Now I'm just looking for structure to break. And then I will come over here on my 4 hour and dial in any like supports or resistance that I see. So these will be my micro levels. I got a level there. Plug this in. And I got any more levels right here. Nope, that's the next level. So then let me just come back here and plug in these two levels. So got a level right here that I'll plug in. That's going to be a reaction. And then I got one more right here, which is more likely going to be end of the week. That'll more likely be the last reaction. So those levels right there will be my key levels for the week. That's I'm currently trading. And then I just come down here and I go to my time frame. And now I can see where my supports are, my resistance are, and then I could tell like what I need to look out for, right? So let me just go ahead and pump that one up a little bit. And then I think this one right here was the daily. Go back to the daily real fast. Yeah, that one. All right, because those are stronger levels. So those are daily levels. Those are 4 hour levels. So now I can just see exactly what's going on the chart. So the first 4 hours didn't break this low. That's still fine. I just wanted to close. Once this closed, then I want to see candle closure below this structure point right here, right? And then once I get that candle closure below this structure point, I know these is probably the next range gold is going to play in between as it work its way down, and then targeting my levels as they go. Now tomorrow I will get new zones and new levels for my action zones, and it tell me exactly where I need to go this week. But as of right now, I mean, this is what I'm working with, right? If I'm putting on my pre-formulated levels. So I have a strong resistance at the top. I'm currently sitting at the top of a resistance that I'm trying to break through. And once I break through that resistance, I have my next target point set 39.83 and 39.62 and then 38.97. But if you trade it this way, it's just very, very simple, right? Now you can take profit here if you think the market's going to buy up real strong from this area. You could definitely take profit there. Um, Plug these other ones in. You can take profit here at 76 points. And then last but not least, it's right there. Right. So these are what my trades are looking at right now. And then this alert down here, and that's the low that I'm looking for it to really go to. All right. So I'm looking at $55 drop here, uh $76 there, and then a 141 there. Right. This is what I'm looking for gold to do this week. All right. Now once I figure out which way I'm trading, I'm no longer changing my bias. Right. My bias is sell. Any buys, I don't want them. Right. I only want the sell. So I want the sell to be set up right. I want the sell to come through, and then once it comes through, then I just swing my trade. So like I said, currently we're in right now at 39, and we're up. So now I'm just waiting on 3 minutes. 3 minutes, this trade right here will close. I mean, not this trade, but this 4 hour candle will close. And then the last thing I want to see once this 4 hour candle close is my guide line switch back red. And then once I see that turn back red, I know that's all she wrote, right? Like I know once it turned back red like this, I'm just looking for that the continuation down. Or over here, turn back red, just looking for the drop off, right? We've been consolidating in this range for a while now. How long is this? We're gonna say it started here. That's where it broke out, came to here. That is a month and 11 days. It's 41 days. So 41 days, we just been consolidating right here, doing the up, down, up, down, up, down. It's finally about time that I believe we break out and we start targeting this low here for sure first, right? So I'm just waiting on this last little minute 45 to get the confirmation that I need. And then, like I said, my next target point will be right there. That's it right there. Yep. So this is how you're gonna do it. And you just have to make sure that you know like how your chart calculate its trades. For instance, if you got a small account, you're gonna trade gold because it moves $1 per tick. So basically, for every dollar that it moves down, you make $1, right? So if you were in right here where I got in at 39, you'll currently be up $7, right? On a small account. But you gotta let it build. So like let it build some structure. Then you just keep adding as it goes down, and then you start targeting your target points. And this $55 move could become 2 positions or 3 positions, and that can actually become 150 for this move instead of just $55, right? So it's just understanding that whenever you're taking your trades. So here's 10 o'clock right here. I'm gonna come back over here, see when my new candle come up. We got 4 seconds, 9 seconds. And like I said, I just want this to show me that it's turning back red. And then once that turned back red, I honestly will, and it did right there. That's the confirmation I needed. That's all I needed to see. Now, me personally, I will be opening up my stop level um, up to right there, right to above that candle. That's right there. All right. Yep. So I'll just be opening up my stop level a little more above this candle. I wouldn't be surprised if we hit this and then came back and took that candle out. So we're gonna see where it goes from here. But yeah, that's what I want to see. And that's honestly how simple um, trading is. It's just a lot of new traders. They just don't know how to. They don't have a full system to be disciplined, and I think that's what hold most of them back. They don't have an actual like entry exit method, and that's all you really need. If you have a sound entry method and a sound exit plan, it's easy to scale any account size, right? Because right now you can have a $20,000 account, and all you're gonna do is just blow it if you don't have a entry exit plan. But if you have a sound entry exit plan and you have a $15 account, like you could scale your account. You just got to know when to enter your trade, when to exit your trade. Now I will say this: I just been trading long enough to understand when they do things like this weird little buy up, sell down. They left this wick here. This is more likely where the sale is going to come from. So if I was to take this, honestly, I'll move this here, and then I still would leave that same stop above there. Like it's not going to break that, but they will come back and swipe this area right here. I just been trading long enough to know. So if I was to go to that 4 hour right here, they basically gonna come all the way back up here. I've been trading long enough to know these games. Let me put an alert right here. They're definitely going to go right back to that area right there, and then they're going to end up dumping it from right there. That's where the real sell is going to come from. But they're going to come back up here once they close below this level here. So if I put this alert here, we're going to get a candle closure below here. Once we get candle closure below here, they're going to do a strong retest, come back up there, and then they're going to make the sell off. Once you've been trading as long as I've been trading, you start to like notice little things that they do. So the real sell will come from here. So let me just edit this one too. This current position, we're going to leave it in. We're going to leave that stop there. Stop above that level there. And this right here will be the trade. Now this entry here, let me just adjust this one. because once we get candle closure under there, they're gonna pull it back to there. So we're gonna let them basically make this move, close down here, get out of this entry, and then wait for the retest there. And then once they retest there, we're gonna sell from there. Yeah, that's gonna be the play right there. So this is basically how I look at the chart. This is how I set up and take my trades. And it's just about just monitoring the trade, right? It's like I'm not trying to change the game plan. I'm not trying to do anything. I just follow the chart. Whatever the chart says happening, that's what I do. I got my alert set. So for instance, um, once price cross here, I got an alert set for that. I got the next alert set for once we break above and we have like a structural change when we change the zones, right? I got that alert set, and it's just having like all your alert sets and just understanding what to look for and what to look out for, most importantly. But once we get the candle closure below this low right here, they're going to close below here, pull all the way back to this area, and then they're going to dump it. I've just seen this happen too many times before. Let me go check on NVIDIA while we're waiting on gold to make a decision. All right. I got some call options, but it ain't hit my level yet, obviously. Okay. We at 203. You know. So same thing here. I had this blitzing up, coming back above 205, targeting this area up here. Um, as you can see, we had buyer's conviction. Price was above this green. Like I said, I'm just holding it as it goes. And I'm just holding my swing, right? I'm holding my swing as my swing is swinging. I'm holding it. The 4 hour isn't really confirmed yet. I get that much. But this right here was a 15-minute trade that I took on NVIDIA. And just waiting to see how it goes. It went exactly where I wanted to go. It was perfect. All right. Now back over here. So that trade looks good. This trade over here, like I said, we're just waiting on it to get a close under that level. Then we're going. Um, the Dow Jones, have this just continuing to press on higher. Um, waiting on that to get to my level as well. But I'm just monitoring a few trades. But this is how simple it is. If you have, like I said, if you have a sound system and you understand like how to read the chart, how to read the market, what to look for, and how to position yourself correctly, it's actually easy. got like a little minor headache right now. Apple did me so dirty. Let me go look at Apple real fast. Apple did me so dirty. Apple won a 350, and then they had earnings, and earnings just was trash, and they just dumped the market. But it's all good. Um, we're gonna just keep waiting on Apple. But we gotta wait for another change now, because that's over and done with. We definitely ain't gonna make nothing on that one. That's gonna be a L for sure. I do like SPY calls. SPY is about to break out. Um, like I said, the U.S. market is about to break out in general. So this right here should continue buying up here to um, 341. So we're just swinging these positions. It's really just this simple. We're just swinging these positions. So keep holding gold sell. Like I said, you can keep this normal position, or once we get this closure below here, I know, like I said, it's going to retest here. I just know how these little wicks work. It's going to retest and come back and stop these guys out right here, and then from here it's going to make the dump. So I think the big swing is going to come from here, but I'm definitely swinging this down right now, targeting this low. But it's been making major, minor adjustments. Nvidia crossing 205. I done closed it. I should have kept holding it. But this is how simple it is to trade, bro. I promise y'all. Like, the market don't move as fast as people think. People think the market just like blitzes up and down, up and down, up and down. It don't. It's like sometimes, yes, you do have these little breakout candles like this, but that's not that often. And the market actually does trend a lot. It sometimes just trends very, very slow. Like this right here is a very slow uptrend. That's a very slow uptrend. Like that trend took from where it started from here to get up to here. It took 2 days, 7 hours, right? So just a very, very slow uptrend, but it was an uptrend. So that's just the same thing as like where we are today. It's like, yeah, it's trending down. The trend started back here and it's just taking forever. It's at 6 hours right now, but it's slowly trending down. So keep waiting on this. Keep waiting on this. Let's see what the option plays. I can hop in real fast. QQQ. QQQ calls. Let's see what QQQ look like for the call. Okay, 15 green. 4 hour. Not so much. Like my 15 and 4 hour don't agree. I don't like those trades. Those trades are risky. Let me see this option card though. For the fourth, 390, 397 is a good price. That's a little high. Yeah, I would need this right here to change for me to take any of those. Go check out Tizzy. See what the Tesla call is looking like. Yeah, it was expensive across the board. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be opposite. I knew it. So I want to take that anyway. Uh, IWM looks good. Hood looks good. Hood on the daily looks good. Hood on the 4 hour, it's not ready yet. Daily is also not ready, honestly. So I would definitely not take those either. It would need to close above the structure point for me to take the long. Um, Amazon is still cooking. Now this is a good one. I did check this one out already. So we're at a structure point looking for a breakout. Now we could continue on Amazon here. The daily also looks good as well. Gapped up again. 4 hours still holding strong. That's good. 15 minutes also good. So I think Amazon is a buy. Just keep on Amazon. I think Google is a buy too. So Google's another good one that I was looking at. Yeah, we got the green. We got green, daily, green. Oh yeah. I think Google's about time to make a next move. All right, come on, go. Like I said, I'm just looking for close down here. We need a confirmation close below this low. And then once we get confirmation close below here, we can't close above the previous dot. That's all that means, right? So for instance, if we close below here, we can't close higher than here because it's a sell. We close below here, we can't close higher than here because then it's a buy. Then it's there. Then they gave us a new level there. And then once we close above that level, that lets us know the buy is coming. So this is how you just follow structure. It's just Monday, so I don't really expect too much of a big move to come out of Monday. But this position, this stop got to go back above there if they want to do the retest now. That's probably stressing my head now. Yeah, but this is the play I'm waiting on. We'll just continue to swing these trades, like I said, and just wait for the payout. So look for a close down here today, and then after that, a retest up here, and then if anything, this is where the big swing will start at once they clip this little area they did this false rejection at. So that's what I'll be looking for. I'll just be sitting back waiting on that to play out. The Dow Jones is a strong buy, so keep holding that. I should have caught this whole swing last night. I definitely should have took it, but I sat back. I should have got in right here. That's a good play. I probably would have got out right there though. To be honest. Still not bad. And that would have been my exit. That was the trend break, trend break, exit. This would have been the next entry right here. Um, but I want to take this entry up here because it's at the top of the move. I would have needed to see a pullback back to this level, swipe this low, or swipe this low. But we broke this structure here. So one thing I do like about the system is this. I can easily see when we break a structure point and don't do a retest. So I'm pretty sure the Dow Jones is going to come back to here before it makes the big buy, the big buy move. It definitely needs to come back to this area too, where we just kind of broke out at this week. So I wouldn't be surprised if they ended up dumping it. Just to come back and just, like I said, retest these levels here. Once they retest these, they're going to continue pushing it back up though. So I wouldn't chase the sell. I would just keep holding the buy on the Dow Jones right here on the weekly. This is a clean reversal setup, right? That was the break. That was a little gap we needed to fill. This is the high. They're definitely going to break this high and come up here to like 54,000 this week. So I'll definitely target 54,000 this week. Don't take any steals. It's supposed to be a stimulus package that come out too. They're supposed to inject money into the market. So they ain't been talking about it on the news, but they've been talking about it in a couple groups that I got. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. Like I said, the 4-hour can definitely slam down and retest this breakout point right here. So on the Dow, the trade that I'm actually looking for on the Dow Jones is a long is a long from here and then targeting that area right there. So a $1,400 move. This trade will come this week, so definitely be on the lookout for that. And you'll be able to go from there. So this is the play for the Dow Jones right here. Now I want to see it come down and hit this area of interest, give me no crossing my trend, get back on trend, and then once it gets on trend, that's where I'll be getting in at. But we're going to let the market keep heating up, keep warming up. Yeah, they both need to do a 4-hour retest. So the big plays will come out that we get our 4-hour retest. 4-hour retest here on the Dow. Big buy after that. Come right here on gold, same thing. 4-hour retest back up here. Hit this area right here. Big dump after that. You'll get a huge dump. NASDAQ hasn't broken out yet. Pretty sure NASDAQ is going to break out, come up here next. As you can see right now, 4-hour, everything green, everything foreign. Keep going. 15 minutes just now coming into the buy. So NASDAQ is more than likely about to start pressing on right now. So I wouldn't say you can't get in. It's a little flat. The whole buyers didn't come into the market yet, but definitely I can see the NASDAQ taking off from here. US 500 is already doing its thing. The next area of interest is right here. Put it right there. It's 500. We're gonna clip that for sure. 15 minute, looking good. Now you got two options. Option number one is wait for it to do a retest. This also needs to do a retest right here, this area that we broke out from, and then you could take that buy. Stop below this area here, or you wait for a selling candle on this 15 minute. Once that selling candle confirmed, then you hop into the buy and just target this area right there. Daily crossing, going good. That looks good. Now my daily, I would just need to see this turn red. I'm at green. We got a breaker structure here. So if I dotted my structure points, I can put that one in there, this one in here. Don't be surprised if they do like a fake sale, more likely tomorrow, and then they just continue pressing it on. Keep pressing it on. Yep. Um, oh, this trade finally hit TP. Let me check the other account for that one. Yep. Hold on. Four through 29. Yeah. Yeah, that's all we're waiting on. So look like we're gonna wait on a few retests. Look like they're gonna do this retest first. So let this do a pullback, keep swinging, and then like I said, keep dropping. The Dow, this needs to do a retest. Um, I probably won't do it until tonight. I just know how the market moves. It's just gonna just play around and probably consolidate the rest of this day, and then slowly just dwindle its way back down here tomorrow. Um, do the retest and then pull it back, and then we'll probably get the buy on Wednesday. UJ, UJ is bearish. Has been bearish for a minute. Probably gonna stay bearish on that. GJ, more likely gonna stay bearish on this as well. Bitcoin is turning around. I got a target level up there. I want to see Bitcoin get up to. They just hit the buy zone, rocket straight out of there, coming back up here to do this retest. That's what I expect. So, keep watching Bitcoin, just keep shooting up. But them are the plays. That's what we got going on right now. That's what I'm looking at. Do you have a charting class recorded? No, I don't have one, but I would definitely make one. I make a lot of videos and I post them, and I don't know. I feel like people report them and they get taken down because I just be telling people exactly how to trade. But definitely tap in with me, bro. I'll show you anything you want. I don't care. I teach people how to trade, bro. I know how to trade. I've been trading full time for over 10 years, so I don't mind teaching people how to trade. Like, it don't matter. Like, if you actually make money trading, it shouldn't, like, you telling other people how to trade shouldn't bother you. Like, I literally just be all around the world traveling, staying in hotels, trading, making money. That's it. And like anybody can do this. I promise you, anybody can do this. Um, I don't know if I can put the Discord link over here. I'll post the Discord link over here though. I be posting some private videos in the Discord though, but that's the Discord link. Check out the Discord. Y'all can go on there. Y'all be able to get anything. But it's trading is very simple, bro. People just make trading super complicated. Yeah, they definitely make trading more complicated than it gotta be. We still waiting on this gold trade. And it's either gonna get to the TP now, we're gonna exit, and then we're gonna come back and then get into a second entry here. Or I'm gonna just let it push up here and I'm gonna just take another entry and then just swing it for the rest of the week because they're gonna do the retest early. I can already tell. We'll have an early retest this week. Yeah, but that's my hour for today. Coming over here just showing y'all some free game, teaching y'all how to trade. Um, Hopefully y'all learned something. Like I said, don't make it complicated. Actually make trading very simple. And the simpler you make it, the easier it is for you to make the money. All you need is a process. You gotta have a consistent entry exit plan, and then you just keep taking the same trade over and over and over and over and over again. And as long as you do that, you will become profitable. The most important thing from this video is just remember that winning percentage is not the thing that makes you a profitable trader. It's actually risk to reward. And if you understand how to manage your risk and maximize your reward, it's that easy. So just keep doing that, keep making the money, and then hopefully I'll see y'all out here on this road somewhere one day. But all right, that's my call for the day. Now I just wait on these trades to play out.